Hey guys, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Molly. I am a CrossFit coach and I also am a certified yoga teacher. I hope that all of you and your families and friends are safe and in good health in these very crazy times. I want to provide you guys with some content in stretching, mobility, recovery, a few yoga classes. Yes, they all do have their differences. I have been teaching RX Recovery for CrossFitters for a few years as well. So I wanted to start you guys off with a video of something that I do every morning. Every morning when I wake up. These aren't really going to be long videos, 20, 30, maybe 40 minutes, just to get ourselves moving. A lot of us are just moving a lot less, and we don't have that much control over that. So if anything, our body needs this now more than ever. Make sure we're moving our muscles, make sure we're stretching, getting rid of any of those aches and pains that might be coming up. So let me know what you think. I'm going to share this with you guys. I do this every morning, rain or shine, without fail, usually before my coffee, if I can. So let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you can join in and give some feedback. So what we're going to do is we are going to just go through a few morning stretches. So it's not really so much of a yoga flow, it's just getting our body moving in the morning. You can do it whatever time you want though. So if you have a mat, great. If not, maybe you have a carpet, which is fine as well. Hardwood floor, kind of, I don't know, never done on a hardwood floor before. So we're gonna start out in child's pose. I always start out with my heels right underneath me. Starting with your heels and your knees together, this is going to give support in your lower back. So especially going back to the morning, our spine kind of hasn't been doing any twisting and turning, so it's good to kind of get that support. So heels underneath, I'm going to reach my arms forward and create a nice reach towards the wall in front of me, and I'm just going to try to work on falling, letting my stomach land on my thighs and my forehead on the mat. And we're just going to take a few breaths in each movement. So come down, find that nice steady breath, hopefully in and out through your nose if you can get that. That helps regulate our breathing. So take the few breaths in and then the few breaths out. If you are doing this in the morning, be gentle, be kind with your body. You're not gonna be as mobile as maybe you would be at 1 or 2 in the afternoon. So just be kind, getting in and out of things, and know that we're just starting the day. So just a few breaths here. Good. And what I want you guys to start doing is nothing moves in your lower body. It's just your hands that are going to start walking towards the right side of your mat or of your body. We're working on opening up the left side. So from our fingertips all the way down to our hips, we should start to feel an opening. Keeping both palms on the ground, or if possible, you can lay your left one over your right. And come back down. Your stomach should still be on your thigh, forehead on the mat. Start to bring those fingertips forward, and then we're just going to make our way over to the other side. So now we should be going over to the left side of our mat, stomach's on thighs. I'm opening up my right hand until I feel the stretch all along the right side of my body, and then I'm putting my forehead back down on the mat. start to bring your hands back forward to the mat. Just get a nice another stretch in. And we're slowly gonna push ourselves up. So call this all fours, because we're on all fours. For alignment, just try to make sure that your shoulders over your wrists on both sides and that your hips are over your knees. So first is making sure we're in that neutral spine, so we're not kind of sitting here with improper technique. So nice neutral spine. I'm always gazing at the front of my mat. And we're gonna go into what's called some cat-cows. So we're gonna get some flexion, some arcs in our spine and in each vertebrae. And we're gonna kind of create a nice little wave, wake it up a little bit in the back. So on your first inhale, all you wanna think to do is drop your belly down and bring your chin up. And then when you exhale, you wanna tuck the stomach in and tuck the chin as well to your chest. Inhale, shoulders roll back. Exhale, shoulders roll forward. So there's a few moving parts in this one. Inhale, tailbone comes to the sky. And exhale, tuck your tailbone underneath. Inhale, belly down, chest and chin up. Exhale, tuck that belly in. So let's leave it tucked in. Leave this nice rounding. And what we're going to do is start to lean and bring our hips back to our heels. And come back on up. Create a nice neutral spine. Move your hips left to right if you want to. Usually feels good. And then we're gonna sit back on our ankles. So tuck your toes underneath. And then once you get a nice comfortable position, we're gonna sit our glutes back on our heels. We're gonna get into the tops of our ankles here. We're not really used to stretching the small parts of our body, so might get a little bit uncomfortable, but this will help you a lot. The more you can hold these and stretch into your ankles every day, they're going to help you a lot with your squats as well and getting low, because it's going to try to release some of that compression that you may get. So if you're ever in it and you need to come up, just stand up for a sec and then come back down. So while we're sitting here, let's get into our neck region. So we're just going to do a few roundings. Go left, go right. Really get a nice tuck in. And then gaze up to the ceiling or sky if you're outside. We're going to take our hands, keep sitting on your heels, and you're going to clasp them behind you and start to bring those hips back. Bring those hands back. So I'm going to bring both of my hands to the left side of my body, so they're still clasped. And if they're coming to the left, I'm going to lean my head to the left as well. So this is getting into a deeper stretch on the right side of our neck. Now let's go to the other side. So really bring those shoulders back. Make sure you're leaning that head over so you're getting that nice stretch along the left side of the neck. Good, and bring those hands back. We'll release the tops of our feet. Sometimes it feels good to give your ankles a little bit of banging on the yoga mat. And we'll just rock in and out onto the wrist. So the point is to just get the body parts moving that we use a lot during the day. Our back, definitely we use that. Legs, I mean, wrists, ankles, they're not maybe common things to stretch, but they're really helpful things to stretch. if you're at a desk all day, when we're lifting, trying to release some of that tension if we're overhead, it's really good to get into these small parts. So let's push up into our down dog. Tuck your toes. You want to think about creating a nice upside down V with your down dog. So as I lift, it's my hips lifting up to the sky. So the goal here is, one of the goals is getting your heels down to the mat, especially if it's first thing in the morning or if we're just not doing that much yoga or stretching. Might be a little bit difficult, which is fine. It's just a goal. So a few things is, if there's compromising in our back, if we're rounding our back in order to try to get our heels down, I would rather see you guys bend your knees, have your heels up, though I can't see you, and try to get that stomach to your thighs. So that's going to create that more of that V shape. Take all 10 fingers and really push them into the ground, and you should also always be gazing right through your knees. Knees, calves, whatever. You can come up on your toes, come back down. Some people like to call these pedaling. So you bend one knee so you can get one leg very straight, and then you'll go to the other side. Good. Let's just go back into our down dog. And then we just want to get to the point where our feet and our legs are at the same part in the mat. Walk hands to feet, feet to hands, doesn't really matter. Keep your feet hip distance, again, to kind of still create, alleviate any tension on your back. And I want a nice bend in those knees. So neutral spine, good bend, and I'm going to do what I call a ragdoll. So I grab both sides of my elbows, and I just really try to release all the tension and just let go, fall forward. Some people sway left to right, whatever feels good for you guys here. But just try to create the least amount of tension anywhere. You just want to be able to fold forward. And then we're briefly just going to slowly come on up. Stand straight. You can do a few things up here. Lean to the left, lean to the right. And then we're going to come back down. So we're going back down into our forward fold. Hands onto the mat. And then we're going to walk back, or walk your hands forward into our down dog. So opposite hand is going to come through to opposite leg. My left hand is going to thread through across my body and come to the outside of my right leg. Whether you grab your thigh, your calf, your ankle, your foot, whatever is the most comfortable, and just give yourself a slight, ever so slight pull for a nice little inverted spinal twist. We should be getting a nice stretch back here in our hamstrings. Good, and let's just go to the other side. Reset. Looping that right arm across our body. And come on forward. Now we're going to walk all the way into that push-up and then lower our bodies down. So I'm coming up onto my forearms. So similar to if you guys have done an upward dog, I'm coming up to my forearms. I'm trying to release any tension I have in my back right now. And all I want to do is push my belly button into the ground as well as my forearms. So I'm kind of trying to get into that middle back area and just get a nice little back bend there. But all the force should be coming through your forearms and your belly button pushing into the ground. After your belly button, everything else should be up off of the mat. If you would like more of a stretch here, I'm going to tuck my chin into my chest. So hopefully you guys can see me. It's just my chin moving down to my chest until I start to feel a nice little slight pull in my vertebrae, in my cervical spine. Good. If you tucked your chin in, let's come back up. Now I'm going to push back up to all fours, and we'll get into a nice deep, almost done here guys, a nice deep shoulder stretch. So I'm going to face you guys, so hopefully you have a better view. My hips and knees are staying where they are. It's my arms that are going to start climbing forward. And as my arms are going forward, my chest is coming down to the ground. So we're all going to have like our stopping points here. If you're able to get that chest to the ground and chin to the ground, your hip should be up and the stretch should be right here in the tops of our shoulder. So just do a few breaths here. Slowly start to bring those hands back up till we're at all fours. And usually the way that I'll end this in the morning is just open my legs up nice and wide so that I can sit in between them. And we'll go down into our final child's pose, but now it's wide legs, so we're not focused on supporting the back anymore, we're focused on getting into these hip flexors. So try to just find that nice walk forward. Relax your head on the mat. Let's take a few breaths here. Good. Let's slowly start to come back up. And usually what I'll do is just sit back down and check in with myself, just to make sure I'm kind of feeling good. If I wake up in the morning feeling extra pain somewhere, I obviously will ease off of that area. Just listen to your body. But this is something I do every single morning, or a version of it. If I'm feeling extra sore, I will do it longer. The longer you hold certain stretches, the more benefit your body's going to get out of them. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you're still watching this, that means you stuck through this the whole time, so good job. It's really not meant to take that long. Sometimes it takes me 10, 15, 20 minutes. Me talking you through it might have taken a tiny bit longer on the more 20-minute side, but let me know what you guys think. If you do try it in the morning, right before bed, whatever, I really like to know if it helped, if there's certain things you did or didn't like, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys, and hopefully you all are staying safe in this time and staying sane and sticking to the CrossFit workouts that are being offered to you. Have a good day, guys.